Yo guys, I don't know why I was not using this build before this style update, but let me explain to you guys. So before this update, before tile update 10, on tile update 9, we had this gear set or these builds that a lot of people using in the PvP, and this build was really cheesy because the way people was using it, and I was just against it. I had so much bad experience on PvP already with this build in mind already, just make my experience a lot worse. So I never really touched it for that reason. But my mistake is I should have at least tried it on PvE, because what is cheesy on PvP or what's not working on PvP doesn't mean it's really bad on PvP, right? So that's a different story. So I never tried it, but now on the PTS for Tile Update 10, I finally tried this gear set and the build, and I gotta confess, I do like this build. Now I like it mostly because of the damage output this build has instead of the cheesy part of it, even though on PvE, it doesn't really matter, right? But I will explain more about this, and also I want to talk about one gun that I don't see a lot of people using. I was using it before this Tile Update 10, but now with the buffs and changes that came with this update, I feel like this gun is even better, right? So let's take a look, let's see what I'm talking about. So what's up everybody, welcome back to one more video, and we're gonna talk today about the Negotiator's Dilemma and also the Mark 16. So the Mark 16 is an assault rifle, low RPM assault rifle that it hits pretty hard. I was using this before the style update and I was loving it, and right now on this build I think this is the best build for it, at least on my on my testing. I just love it the way it works on this build because it hits hard, because this build has a lot of potential for a lot of crit damage and crit chance, right? Mark 16 is an AR with 625 RPM. The mag can go up to 50 on the mag once you put the magazine, extended magazine on it, and the base damage on it is 55k. Now I do have these two and they both are great. The difference between them is going to be on the talent. One of them I have Optimus, which I love, it still works great. Optimus weapon damage is increased by 3% for every 10% ammo missing from your magazine. That's basically, to be honest with you, is about 13% damage increase total on your on this gun, like with this talent, right? That's about it. People are ready to test it out, so that's what it is. Now the second talent, and the one that I'm using for this build, is going to be this one right here, which is the Strength talent. Now Strength talent, right, this is the thing a lot of people don't know. Strength works better with low RPM talents. So this is gonna be going great with a Mark 16 because it's only 625 RPM. So the Strength, how it works is gain 10% critical hit damage for every 0.5 seconds you are firing, stacks up to 5 times. Basically you can get up to 50% crit damage. Now on the mods, pretty simple. I went with critical chance because it's a build that we're going with a lot of critical chance and critical damage. So I have 5% critical chance on the scope, a 5% critical chance on the muzzle, the 20 plus rounds, the studded extended magazine, and on here I have the Lincoln laser pointer that comes with the technician specialization, and there is a reason why I'm using that. So on the build I am using on the chest piece is gonna be a spotter talent, and what Lincoln laser pointer does is basically it pulses your enemy that you aim at. So that's gonna give us 100% uptime for spotter, basically, because spotter you need to pulse enemy to activate it. Now going for the build itself, right, we're using a 4-piece Negotiator's Dilemma. 2 pieces gives you a 50% critical chance, 3-piece 20% critical damage, and then 4-piece hostile negotiation, which is critical hits marks enemies for 20 seconds up to 3 marks total, right? And then when you critical hit a marked enemy, all other enemies that you had marked, they will take 60% damage off your damage dealt to the one that you're shooting at the moment. So that's what the Negotiator's Dilemma is. Now it has this last part, which is whenever a marked enemy dies, gain plus 2% critical hit damage, stacking up to 20 times, right? Or until combat ends. And this is great because that's a potential for 40% critical hit damage that you can get on the build if you are, like, say fighting where there is a lot of NPCs. So if you kill 20 NPCs, basically, you know, that's gonna be a 40% critical damage gain to your build. We can mark up to 3 enemies, but if you have the chest piece, which I don't have right here, but basically the chest piece talent, special talent is gonna be instead of 3 marks, you get a 5 marks. I'm not gonna use that, dude. I barely use the marks. I'm trying to get used to it, but I don't think that's necessary. You can put something here that gives you more damage, and that's why I have the Ferris Group AB, which gives you 10% assault rifle damage for the assault rifle build that we're using in here. Core attribute is going to be weapon damage, of course, for every single piece, and then attributes, all of them is going to be critical hit damage and critical hit chance, right? For all of the negotiators, I am going with critical hit damage because I get critical hit chance in other ways. For example, the second way that I can get critical chance is with the Cheska brand set, which by equipping one you get 10% critical chance, and then core attribute, weapon damage, attribute, critical chance, and critical hit damage. Other ways too, you could get a critical chance on the mods, as you see right here. I think I have another one right here, which is critical chance. So yeah, now going for the backpack, right, which is the second talent on this build. So the talent on the backpack is critical measure, increase hostile negotiators damage to additional marked enemies from 60 to 100%. So which means when you have 3 enemies marked and you're shooting at 1, those other 2 are taking the same amount of damage. So it's almost like you're shooting 3 enemies at once. Now there is another option that I can go in here. Sometimes I don't even use this backpack. Sometimes I use this, which is the Grupo Sombra. By equipping that, you get 15% critical damage, and I get overall more damage because I get the companion on in here. You could go with something like, I don't know, vigilance. Everybody uses that. I'm not gonna with that. I'm going with companion if I want to use this. While you are within 5 meters of your ally or skill, total weapon damage increased by 15%, and that's where my drone comes in. The fixer drone I have in there just to fix myself a little bit, and also to activate companion if I want. Now if I have that backpack, I come in here on the holster and I change it for this. That way I have this instead. Now with this version, I have more damage overall for my guns on one enemies, because my MK16 can crit up to close to 800,000 per crit. Now if I have the other way around with it, which is the backpack of Negotiator's Dilemma, I will be doing about 600k crit, right? But I am doing more damage for my enemies that I have marked. So it's up to you if you wanna use the mark system more and kill enemies faster, or if you wanna just focus on one enemy and do more damage, because this is gonna be the way you're gonna be doing a lot more damage on one enemy itself. So I have 2 ways to go. Now I do have this police M4 in here just if I want to switch around, but most of the time I'm using the MK16. The MK16, you gotta try it, it's crazy strong. I like it a lot. Like I said, I go with the specialization technician because I can get that laser pointer mod on it to activate my spotter. That's why I have it. Now I have 47% critical chance on this and 142 critical hit damage. Now before you say anything, I only have 47 critical chance because I changed stuff around right here. I don't use this a lot. Like I said, most of the time I use this one right here, which is with this version right here. So with this version, I am closer to 60%. Now if I want to use the other version, I will accommodate my mods and stuff like that, or maybe change one of the attributes and then get more critical chance. So you have 2 different ways to use it. I use this one the most because I'm trying to get used to like mark enemies the most. But yeah, that's the build, guys. Let me know what you think. Before actually in this video, I am using the Crusader ballistic shield just to kind of like, if I'm close to die, let's say, I just pop the shield, just kind of give me a chance to back up, get in cover, and get back to business, right? So that's it. But yeah, that's the build. Let me know what you guys think. Have you guys used this, and have you guys not do the same mistake of me and not using it on PvE because of how cheesy it was in PvP? I didn't use it because I didn't like it in the PvP and I missed on it. I do enjoy using this right now, so I'm gonna keep on using it on PvE. Have you guys tried this? give it a try. It's really fun to use. And yeah, and do not sleep on the MK16, a really good AR for builds like this that hits hard. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys take something like from this video. I helped you guys with some tips in this video. But if you do enjoy this video, a like would be super appreciated. It helps a lot. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe for more Division 2 content and more games to come. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.